And now we'll do Masechet Pesachim, Daf Mem Dalet Amud Beis 44b. And again, we're following the dafim from the old Vilna Shas. It comes out to be the Perik Shishi Halacha Hey, and it's along the sugya. It's towards, I would say, the middle of the sugya, just in the middle. And it starts off with Reb Shimon Omer. Reb Shimon Omer, Dov she'ein bas yasei mitzvah chayev, she'yesh bas yasei mitzvah machlokes. Reb Shimon is what we said this brisa before. He holds that the story of the machlokes from Reb Lezer and Yeshua is in a case where you maladed the Friday on Shabbos. You did a mitzvah. If it's ein bas yasei mitzvah, you took the Sunday baby, you maladed on Shabbos. Everybody agrees it's problematic. You didn't do any mitzvah. Even Rabbi Yeshua will agree that you chayav chatas. When do they argue? When you took the Friday baby and you malad on Shabbos, that is machlekes. So we have a machlekes Rameir and Shimon. They're arguing on what case did Rabbi Eliezer and Yeshua have the argument. According to Rameir, they had the argument by a dovish ein bas yaseh mitzvah. But if it's yesh bas yaseh, everybody agrees it's okay. Reb Shimon says l'chomer. He says no. The argument was in a case where it's yesh bas yaseh. That's when they argued about. If it's ein bas yaseh, everybody agree that it's chayav. So we have two versions. What was the machlekes of Meir of Yeshua and Reb Lezer? Reb Yasser b'shem Reb Yochanan. David Reb Shimon. According to Reb Shimon holds very strict in this whole sugya of the. In other words, he limits, put it such a way, he limits the inyan of ptur by ptur b'dvar mitzvah. Is according to him, Vishay says somim ben shona shlomim. So let's go back to our Mishnah now, in our sugya. We say that if you shecht, if Yeshua says you shecht a shlomim l'shem Pesach, you potter. So according to him, it must meet the criteria because he also Yeshua is very strict here with this Torah Dvar mitzvah. So it's only if it's a has all the qualifications, it's mamish roi for a Pesach. Similar to that concept that only if it's a baby of Erev Shabbos. In other words, we see that Rabbi Shua is very limited, his heter. So here also we have to limit and say only when it's everything is okay. It's supposed to be a Pesach, and it could have been a Pesach, but really it's a Shlomim. You shech Hashem Pesach, you're part of it. Shmam not class. Shmam not dov she'ein lekitzba. Dov she'daka l'schalav. So according to him, you need three things in order to pater. Dov she'esh b's yasem mitzvah. So according to Reb Shimon, since you're so machmer in this whole sugya, we also machmer here in the sugya, you need three criteria. Just think it should be the same type of animal that a Pesach, and also you're actually doing a mitzvah, yeah, right? Because the mitzvah you bring a carbon now. You're shechting a shlomim, the mitzvah it's a mitzvah, so you shech a shlomim shem Pesach, and also that damash ein lekitzvah. That's he's adding another criteria. That since there's hundreds and thousands of pesachim, the guy has a right to make a mistake and shecht something the Shem Pesach. Oh, but here the problem is shtickle. Where do you see this inyan by a bris? This concept you meet dovash ein lekitzvah. Ma islach dovash ein lekitzvah. By Mila, what is the dovash ein lekitzvah there? Rabbi Yemis of Ameimish Lita to Osna Torah kitzvah kama pesachim yitchas Shabbos b'chol shona. Oh, no. Okay, I'm sorry. I jumped too fast. First, Gemara explains what means here before we go to Mila. When we say here this idea that it's Pesach only by Shalom Hashem Pesach because Dovash Ein Lekitzvah. What does exactly mean Dovash Ein Lekitzvah? So Rabbi Yemi learned, Pshat is, Shalosna Torah Kitzvah Kama Pesachim Yitchel Shabbos B'chol Shon. Benigod L'Shnei Kivsei Tomet, L'fomam Yesh 4 Pesachim, L'fomam 5. So the point is that there's not an exact number of how many pesachim. Even we know exactly how many yid and everything, but how many pesachim they could make a few separate chaburas, right? So there's no exact number how many pesachim to bring. Rabbi Yasser Meime she'enat yochel laimed al milyon. different concept, that there's so many pesachim. Klal Yisrael is Kechola Yom Shli Sofim Merod. You can't count. That's the point. Now the point is that the Torah doesn't give an exact number. It's two different Nakuda. He says, let's say there's Chas v'Sholem, only an exact amount of number of Klal Yisrael. Only exactly, let's say, 10,000, Chas v'Sholem. There's a certain number. But there's no limit. These 10,000 people can bring 5 or 10 or 15 or 100 or 10,000 10,000. However, they can bring as much. So the idea is that the number of pesachim is not limited. Okay. Now, Rabbi Yasser, Rabbi Yasser and Rabbi had an argument. What is exactly the meaning when you say that a Pesach is in the kids? Rabbi Yasser when he came to this sugya and Masechta Shabbos, Rabbi You know, Rabbi Yirmiyah was right. He taught me well. Islach meimish einat yochalaim dat niyana. Nicht nach Nasate Kitva Chama Pesachim Yitchush as a Shabbos b'chol Shana. There, you can't say by bris. You say that you can't count what there is, like 1,000,000 babies born. You could. Bishlam Pesachim, there was so many Yidden mamish. The Gemara says there in Bavli Geflaim Kietzim Mitzrayim. But you could count. That's not by Mila. How many babies are born? In theory, Eliyahu could tell you, okay, this Shabbos there were born 500 Yiddish babies in the world. It's not. But there, you could say that's not a kitzvah. Every Shabbos is a different number. One Shabbos, 500 babies. Other Shabbos is 470. Other Shabbos, 510. So there's no exact number. That's what's pshat in a kitzvah. Amr B'chizdi. Divrei Reb Shimon. The passer shloish mishchabir achas shloish shachter. According to Reb Shimon, we must say that a certain chabur did not shecht yet. So since Reb Shimon is machmer, we didn't say this point. We didn't say yet. We said yesh bas yasem mitzvah. Davar dakal eschalef. We didn't say yet this new criteria, but he's adding a new criteria that there's a certain chabura that did not do mitzvahs Pesach yet, and that's when this guy came along and shechted that Shlom Hashem Pesach. That's how he learns, and I don't know. I understood that the Shimon holds by Emurim also that if you bought the Talmud already, maybe that's going to be later on. That's what he says, that according to Reb Shimon, the only way you potter is if there's still a chabura that is shecht. Okay. Omer Reb Zira, Milsa Reb Yana Omer, Visha Shachach, and Moshe Shabbos Ev Shabbos. Now coming to a new sugya here. We have to understand here what's in the background of the sugya here. Rabbi Yana was goyers bereishim mas nisan chayev, not like we argued until now. That everybody agrees if you mal the Friday baby on Shabbos, you're chayev. And the plukta is on the sefer when you mal the Sunday baby on Shabbos. That's a new girsa. So what's pshat in this girsa? In Masber Loma, Mishim Shekvar Mol et HaShabbos Dige Be'erev Shabbos. Vari ein lefonov achshav shum tinik shemitzvah l'chal Shabbos. He doesn't have in front of him any mitzvah anymore because the mitzvah was done already. He took the Shabbos Dige baby and was malad that baby on Friday. So he has right now, as Shabbos comes in, he has nothing to worry about because that baby is already batched up. It's already nimel. That in other words, he has nothing like to think, oh, I have a mitzvah to do. He ruined it already. He took the Shabbat baby, he malad. So if he takes the Friday baby and malad it on Shabbos, we say he's chayev l'kule alma, because he has no mitzvah that's oimed lefonav. When does Rabbi Yeshua pater? In a case where he malad the Sunday baby on Shabbos. It means the Shabbos baby is still around, because actually the Shabbos baby he married on Sunday. So the Shabbos baby is still around. That's when Rabbi Yeshua paters. It's a new Indian here. The new it's a I should make this a new paragraph because this is a new Indian. Okay. So the Gemara. Maloi, what's the halacha maloi as a Shabbos dige b'shachris? It's a specific case. What happened if he took it on shachris, and then an afternoon he took the Friday baby? So here we have a Chakira. When Shabbos came in, Ben Ishmashes, he still had a mitzvah. Lamaisa, when he does the Chil Shabbos, that baby is over because he malad already in the morning. 7 o'clock in the morning, he took the Shabbos baby and malad it. Now he takes the baby of Friday. Yeah, you're talking this case where he took the Shabbos he malad instead of maling on Friday. We're talking malad early in the morning. And Lamaisa, right now, he has no mitzvah in front of him. That's the point. He has no mitzvah. And he took now the Friday baby, Maldan Shabbos. Rabbi Omer, Rabbi Yana Potter. Rabbi was Omer Chayev. Rabbi Yana would say that you're Chayev. Because the point is, if right now you have nothing in front of you that should make you nervous, because that Shabbos, you're done with it. So then Rabbi Yeshua is not going to pater. I mean, Rabbi Yana, the way Rabbi Yana was goyres the machlekes, right? According to him, even Rabbi Yeshua would agree, because his goyres was that you have to have in front of you something that's still a chiyuv. Why does Rabbi Yana say that you malad be'erev Shabbos? Even if you malad be'shachris, it's the same halacha. That what? That you chayev. That's just, to make the story sound more, you should be able to have the story better. So we say, okay, you took the Shabbos baby, you malad on Friday. You took the Friday baby, you malad on Shabbos. It just got mixed up with the days. That's Dibar Kosa B'Hoiva. But the point of Rabbi Yana's Chiddush is that the P'tur is only if you have right now in front of you a baby that still needs to do something with him. If it was done already, you're chayiv. That's the Pshit of Yana. You have no thing that to go ahead and to malad this Erev Shabbos the baby on Shabbos. Now the Gemara continues. Adate the Rebbeira, according to Rebbeira, Reb Chia ki Rabbi Yanai. Adate the Reb Abba Reb Chia ki Rabbi Yanai. So this all the Adate the Rebbeira Reb Chia ki Rabbi Yanai. Adate Reb Abba Reb Chia ki Rabbi Yanai. It's two shittas that hold like Rabbi Yanai. This is not clear here. This girsa here. There's very, very hard to know what's exactly the girsa here, but if it's something else, then I don't know pshat. So everybody should try to do their own pshat here in these few words here. Omer Reb Mana, Kumer Reb Yasa, Ma the Omer Rav Chizda to Reb Shimon, Ma the Omer Reb Yanai to Reb Meir. Rav Chizda says that. So here before, we have to remind ourselves, we had a shit Reb Chizda that only if there's a chabura that did not do the Pesach yet, that's when it's potter. That's what Reb Shimon says. Reb Chizda says, according to Reb Shimon, this is the halacha that you only potter if you had a chabura shaloi shachet. Mad Omer Rabbi Yanai says, "Afilu kodam imolei potter." To Reb Meir. That goes according to Reb Meir. Meshiven Dover ben Reb Meir Reb Shimon. Va'ashichem peluga ben Reb Meir Reb Shimon b'shir. We find that they argue around. So how can you ask a kasha? Shir means this case of Meshai, one tinnik. Erev Shabbos, this is called Shir. So, in words